Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Howdy, tech fans. I'm Dave Graveline, and this is ITTV. Don't forget that in addition to this weekly video update, we also host a 3-hour radio program. Into Tomorrow can be heard on over 200 radio stations in the U.S., stations in Canada, the 5 American Forces channels worldwide, and many online, podcast, and stream sources. Stop by our site at intotomorrow.com for information on how you can listen to the show, including using our free apps. Shortly, Chris will be bringing us into yesterday with This Week in Tech History, but first, he's here to show us a couple of simple little products that might possibly help in a big way with your mobile devices.
So you're rushing out of the house with more than your hands could carry, and right when you think you're in the clear, something falls. It's your phone. Most of us have been there, and it can be disastrous. One product that may be able to help is the Maxable Clip. You use this device on your phone in place of a case. It may seem like an odd product, but if you're like me and you have butterfingers or you're a multitasker, the Maxable can be well worth its $14 price tag. First, you attach the clip to your phone. Then just insert any 2 fingers in the finger rings. Those finger rings allow you to hold your phone in one hand, and they say it relieves the fear of your phone meeting its untimely demise. I've got to be honest, I thought this was just some goofy looking product when I first saw it. But I guess if you don't want to hide your smartphone in a case, this is really a good way to offer at least some protection. The Maxable Clip is compatible with several different phone models and sells for $14 online. Another little product we came across recently is the Cable Keeps from a company called Nice. These are little cable organizers for your iDevices. Now they're similar to the earbud yo-yos that we've talked about and given away on the radio show. There are several different models of the Cable Keeps available, all named for some sort of sea creature, depending on what charger you have and what part of the world you're in. A few of them can be used as a charging pedestal so that you don't have to leave your device on the floor. The Cable Keeps are available for $16 online or in retailers such as the Container Store in the US and Indigo in Canada. Many of us have known the horror of being somewhere without our charging cable when the battery indicator on our phone turns red. Usually you dim your screen as low as it can go and maybe even turn the phone off to save that little bit of power for when you really need it. Nowadays, I just pull out my keys. On my keyring, I've been carrying around the Charge Key from a company called Nomad. This key-sized charging cable allows me to charge my phone wherever I am as long as I have access to a USB port. Now, this has saved me quite a few times. They also have credit card-sized cables called Charge Cards. They have Lightning connector versions for iDevices and micro USB for Android devices. Each one sells for about $30. Now these are just a few sort of off-the-wall products that we've come across that can actually be helpful to you. If you come across anything that you'd like us to check out, let us know by calling the Ask Dave hotline anytime.
And when you call into the program, whether to give us a suggestion for our product spotlight segments or offer a tip to our audience or ask any question about consumer tech, we send out prizes. So pick up the phone and call us anytime, 24/7. 1-800-899-INTO. That's 1-800-899-4686. Remember that our free Into Tomorrow app is available too, to send us an audio question from anywhere in the world. Another way you can win prizes by participating is to get social with us. Visit us on Facebook at fb.com/intotomorrow. Make sure you hit that like button while you're there. It only takes a second. Then head on over to our official Twitter feed at IT Radio Show. Stay up to date on all things Into Tomorrow. Well, as promised, Chris is back now to help us take a look at some of the biggest achievements in the tech world with his feature This Week in Tech History. Among other items, this week he reminds us of the first Apple computer.
This week in 1892, voters in Lockport, New York became the first in the U.S. to use voting machines. In 1894, the kinetoscope was demonstrated by its inventor Thomas Edison in New York City. A viewer that held 50 feet of film, about 13 seconds worth, showed images of Annie Oakley and Buffalo Bill. The demonstration was actually called the first peep show, since people had to peep into the device to see what was on the film. In 1956, Ampex Corporation of Redwood City, California demonstrated the first commercial magnetic tape recorder for sound and picture. These early videotape machines had a price tag of $75,000 and were too large to fit in a small room. And this week in 1976, the first Apple I computer was created. It soon hit the market with a price tag of $666.66. That didn't include the case, power supply, power switch, keyboard, or monitor. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA Berlin, the global innovation show for consumer electronics and home appliances, a show rich in its own history. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. Have you thanked a military service member yet? Remember that Into Tomorrow has an ongoing Support Our Troops campaign. Log on to our site at intotomorrow.com and click the Support Our Troops link at the bottom of the page. That'll take you to a list of ways you can say thanks to all the men and women in uniform that keep us safe every day.
Don't forget about our free tech newsletter. Sign up now on our main page at intotomorrow.com. Be sure to click the link in the subsequent email to confirm your subscription. Well, that'll do it for this edition of ITTV. Until next week, look for us online and, of course, on the radio. I'm Dave Graveline. Thanks for joining us. Into Tomorrow. On over 200 radio stations. No, don't make it. No blooper. No. I'm serious. You make this the blooper and there's going to be trouble.